to rumble with some Jupiter expansion energy, growth, and all that good shit. I'm going to take you to the next level, guys. Who am I? The High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, Orico, Lightworker, Starseed, Earth Angel, Mystic, Medium, Psychic, Witch, Yogi, Guru, Evangelist, North American Sybil. I am the Messenger of God. First child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to have kept up with me, you had to see when I posted my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Hold on, let me take a sip of tea. Okay, let's get started. I did a video earlier about facing shadows and how I had faced my shadows so deeply that I was ready to go on to my next level, my next devil. So then I went over, using the information that I had, I went over to the witchcraft store, and on the way there, I remembered that there was a special blend that I bought in the summer last year that actually stuffed up the bathtub and made a big problem. And then after that, so who knows what happened next? Really? Yeah. It was a Persephone descent. So I went back to go get that because I'm about to descend into the underworld with Hades, but they no longer make it because there was a root that they stopped making it like 2 months ago. It's just an in-house make. They couldn't get a hold of the root. And I was like, okay. Anyways, and the missing piece could be what I know I'm supposed to put in it, which is some yarrow. Maybe some mugwort. I'm not sure. I don't think so because we're not doing a dream mic. Anyways, so I was guided into the witchcraft store. And after coming out of there, I have some stuff to bring back to you. And I'm going to teach you some witchcraft. Really? Yes. Well, that's me. I don't know if you want it from the Lilith, the Hecate, you want it from Isis, but that's what I do. Now, I want to go back to this book. This was never going to work unless they incorporated the darker aspects. It can't be. You have to be able to alchemize the dark into the light. Really? Yeah. So earlier, that's what we were talking about. Now, I went to the witchcraft store. We have one here. We have many spiritual stores where you can go and buy all kinds of herbs. And what you do with them is what you do with them. But we have a specific store that is a witchcraft store called Ritual Craft. They're currently under new ownership, so who knows what that means. Really? They're probably going to go all love and light. Really? Mm-hmm. All right, so I got a couple of things. We made a special brew. What is this? This is a return to the underworld. What do we put in there? We put hibiscus. We put pomegranate because that's what you use for, that land. We put poppy seeds. We put elderberry, and I think the flowers as well. A couple other things. Now, instead of regular bath salt, I got black salt. Really? Witches are known for using their salt. I got black salt. Really? And I always go there. When I do go there, I usually get these for special works. This is called a spell blend that they already have put together. But this is a different type than the one they typically have. Really? You can see. Now, they're always going to come. There should be a candle under there. There's usually a little white candle that comes with it, as well as a clear quartz crystal, the herbs, and Palo Santo. And this is just like a one-time intention. This is like a big firework. Realistically, yeah, spell work is done. So I'm going to use this for our blood moon. And what am I going to do? I'm going to do a baptism to return to the underworld. Last time I did this, I tried to go in deeper. I got pulled out by Metatron, and I was in the highest levels of heaven learning sacred fucking geometry. Realistically, I promise you, every time I give into my heart, which is all I did today, was say, all right, I'm going to give into this love for this man. This could be dangerous for both of us, but I'm going to do it. Realistically, yes, magically, and that's the thing, is like, in order for Lilith to evolve, I have to at least get to my Persephone, which is what? Fucking submission, bro. And that's what Jesus is all about. It's that next level surrender. You have to surrender everything. What do I have left? I don't know. Some sense of pride is what I always say when it comes to something, but I mean, who really has pride left? All right, so that's what I'm doing. But I wanted to teach you some heebie-jeebie. Now, as much as I pulled out the Black Arts book in the middle of the night, that's not half as scary as when I bought this book. Really? This one's dangerous. Why? I don't know. God let me go in there. I knew I was protected. But what is it? I have to get, you know, guys, I got to be honest. Ever since I touched the book, I was like, this has got to be me. Really? It's not an actual being. But as I get into this, you know, I was looking at there's all kinds of I want to teach you some interpretations right here. So there was interpretations of wax and this and that, just certain things I wanted to put in your head. But later on it goes into these crazy prayers, right? So these are night what are we talking about? Santa Muerte, right? Holy death. And I took a picture of it. I didn't take a picture of her head, but they had a huge altar to her inside of this inside of the witchcraft store. I didn't know I was going to be bringing this out when I got home, but there's daily prayers to it. It's you make this effigy or this entity your god. Now, if you go back to my last video, all of these are gods. God didn't have a form, so any of them can be your gods. You know what I mean? But all of the gods typically teach the same thing. Till we get to this type shit. What do we got? These are some crazy prayers, bro. These are like when you're coming straight from your heart, but not from a happy place. So there's the prayers of the night. There's prayers to La Niña Blanca and La Niña Negra, which was it would be the little white girl or the little black girl is what they would say. Hold on. There's prayers for thanks. There's prayers to Aztec death, right? There's all these prayers for love. Check this out. There's the oldest prayer for love dating back to the last 50 years. There's that one. Then there's prayers for instant love, prayers for impossible love, no other woman but me, prayers for protection from an abusive ex and to find new love. I like that. Where were you in that time of my life? Maybe I wasn't saying the right words. Just kidding. Prayers to dominate and bind a lover. What? Yeah, bro. It gets worse. It gets way worse. Really? There's a 9-day prayer. I don't know what you're doing for 9 days. There's prayers for health, your health, healing someone else of a serious illness, for your own healing, a simple prayer for healing, a prayer, this is where it gets worse. Really? A prayer for cursing your sickness and that of all of your family, prayers against addiction and vices, prayers against the coronavirus. The power of Christ compels you. Sorry. Whatever you believe, bro, it makes it real. Prayers to protect someone from addiction and vices. Bro, we really need that in their lives. But that's it. You're praying to death. You're praying to death, dude. You're not praying to God. You're praying to death. Prayers for difficult cases. Prayers for luck. To help with a difficult job. Difficult cases. Make someone listen. Prayers for money. Money drawing prayer. Simple prayers for money so that debtors pay up, to attract money, to solve financial problems, to get out of debt, for financial emergencies, prayers for trouble at work, prayers for protection from danger, from envy and jealousy. That's what y'all need. All right, I get it. Why? Because you ask God for this and God doesn't deliver. So you go and pray to holy death and holy shit, the shit fucking works. Yeah? Well, that goes back to this, though. I have a page turned down right here. Turned down for what? Ritual cleansing of your altar. Your Santa Muerte altar must be maintained and kept clean if spells are to work and prayers are to be heard. You must also do personal cleansing work at your own energy, as your own energy should be kept clean. Do not cleanse your altar if you felt you have attracted negative energy to yourself without doing first a ritual personal cleansing. Your altar and your statues, as described in chapter 4, should be cleansed at least once a month, ideally at a full moon or new moon. But if you feel much negativity, when do I do them? At the Sabbaths. Or if I have to move, they moved us around a lot. If you can, let's see. If you can, on this same day, you should cleanse your statues, detailed by moon bathing rituals. Whereas in explained how to purify your effigies using the power of the moon. All right, we're getting ready for an 82-minute blood moon. If this was a solar eclipse for 82 minutes, think about it, dude. Sex, dinner, anything, a wait for 82 minutes, dude. That is enormously long. Really? This is a huge time. Everyone spiritual will be out in that moon. Everybody wonders if they'll see the blood moon. I don't know. And if it really is seen perfectly by everything, then it really does, no matter how you want to describe it, fit biblical times, bro. Really? This is a big moon ceremony. The reason an altar must be cleansed spiritually is that it attracts energy. Therefore, negative vibes can cling to it as the energy of spells you have work there. Now you can see which energies I work with, which is all of me, the dark, and all of God, light. So what is this? This is a gateway to heaven and hell. Really? Mm-hmm. What holds it together? God. I'm just the gatekeeper, bro. I don't really. Seriously? No, not really. When you are praying or undertaking new spell work, such as backlog of energy, can prevent those spells from succeeding. Also, as detailed in instruction, and this, why is this all coming up? I think this has to do with what I told Wolfman 2 days ago. I was like, you wouldn't even know a spell if it hit you if someone took a spell book and hit you in the head. Do I use these books? No, I create my own. Really? I have an intuitive knowing of what to use. Seriously? Yeah. And then I go, and that's what we're going to do right now is we're going to look up. That's what I always go is I'm guided to get these things. And then later I get confirmation of what the fuck I was doing. Most Holy Death likes to be bathed and kept fresh, as well as having her altar, which you can think of her house kept tidy. To clean your altar, remove every single item from it. Discard offerings. If you have a tablecloth top your altar, this too may be discarded and laundered. And I do. I have a few different ones. After all is removed, wipe down the space with, you guys know that picture of all the flowers that I put in come spring. There's different ones. You've seen them over the years. There's different things that have to be put up at different times. I don't make a fucking altar to her. Really? No, I'm just talking about it though. After it is all removed, wipe down the space with a soapy cloth and clean the floor as well as the surrounding areas if possible, and all dust and incense ashes, so on. So perhaps all witches are very cleanly. I'm not sure. Really? Yeah, but you'll see all of my shit is extremely organized. And yeah, really? Mm-hmm. Following this, use herbal waters detailed in ritual to awaken your statues and cleansing. What are those? Those are like fucking Florida waters. I have one, I took a bath in it. It was the rose water. I have this other one I use for ancestry work. I saw this post that they were selling the Florida water at fucking Walmart. So you could probably get it there. What is it? It smells like, I don't like Florida water. There's a bunch of different kinds you can use. Florida water smells like fucking Listerine. And that's just a lot of mint. That's a lot of good stuff to clean it. All right, anyways, such elixirs of rosemary, rue, basil, and other herb combinations. Ammonia, or here goes, Florida water, which can be brought into most botanicals or online to spiritually cleanse an area. It is best to soak the cloth in one of these spiritual, and that's what it is. You use it as your, and that's where, like, if you go to Ritual Craft, they have these, they have blends that you can literally put in your soap bucket that you clean your whole house with. Really, they have these weird joints that you can smoke on. They're not illegal. They're just herbs that'll get you all fucked off, I guess. I'm not smoking fake weed. Really? I don't know. I'm just saying. They got all kinds of shit in there. People go in there and I don't know what their spirit lets them walk out with and what happens to them. They were called to death or hell or someone to the dark side. Really? I mean, people don't just go into these places. You don't even know they exist and they're right in front of you. Really? It's right there on the corner. Seriously? Yeah. They have a tattoo shop too. I don't know if you should be letting them put their needles in your blood. And that's where I get a little questionable about some of the shit they do there. Seriously, they have a school and everything. I'm not fucking around. I have to fucking anoint my daughter before I take her in there. All right. I've heard of devotees who use holy water outside of Mexico, but it's almost unheard of in Mexico. I have Mother Cabrini's water. And what we're going to do is we're definitely going to get a jug of this water. What are we going to do? We're going to put it under the blood moon and we're going to let it baptize the water. Really? Yeah. Matter of fact, I have a jug of fucking Mother Cabrini's water, which is already holy water, in my car that I've been carrying forever. And I'll probably baptize that whole jug. And then I'll wrap it up in something dark to keep the energy inside of it. Why? It's powerful, bro. Anyways, that's how that works. Holy water is usually, you know what I mean? It's healing water. So naturally, Mother Cabrini Shrine already has been, many stories have been told about that water being healing water. And then I also have them, they're up there by Jesus. I have some of the waters that I took from the healing springs in Colorado. Really? Those are holy waters. But this is almost unheard of in Mexico, even if used occasionally in spell work where total spiritual cleansing is required. All these liquids are used for cleaning and removing bad vibes. They are also protect the area from negative energy. You should also use a soap cloth to dust any effigies or ornaments. As you do so, clean them spiritually of all evil energies. It's funny that they would have this fucking saying, right? Because later in these prayers, they get ugly. Watch. They ask for justice. They want to destroy an enemy, hexing of an enemy, destroy any enemy, prayer of revenge, victory over my enemy. Yeah, dude, you're talking about evil, but you're out here, the evil you're fucking running from is you. What it is, you know why they want you to clean it all the time? Because, dude, what you're sent, because they want you to clean off the fucking, it's like cleaning off the gun. Really? I got you, motherfuckers, bro. I know too much. I know too much, bro. I'm from another world, bro. I've got you, bitches. Really? That's why they want you to keep your altar clean. So there's no trace of the fucking spell work you're fucking doing. Really? Because as someone like me that teaches everyone to, a return to sender, that shit goes back to where it came from, the very doorway it walked out of. When it can't go to where it needs to, it goes back to where it came from. So they're constantly trying to clean their altar off so it won't come back. Bitch, please. It's not that simple because it was never the altar. It was your mind that created this. It's none of those herbs have no power, bro. I mixed together fucking pomegranate, some fucking poppy seeds that are on somebody's fucking bagel right now, a pomegranate fucking drink, some hibiscus tea. None of that has any power until I put my brain on it. It's coming after you, not your altar, but that's why they're doing this type of shit. They're trying to clean up the evidence, bro. Really? Mm-hmm. I got you. That's what I mean. They don't want me in this shit. I'm a total cult buster. Why? Because I'm the fucking source in which they've done all these things. And God's holding me responsible for this madness. Realistically, yup. Yup. And yup. Moving on. Following this, place all items back on your altar. Ensure they have emptied all vases, glasses of water, and replace the water with fresh supply. I had to do that for my flowers today. I just want to point out these motherfuckers is growing, not dying at all. I didn't have a vase. I lost my vase, so I just cut open a fucking, what was it, a water bottle in half and just shoved them in there. Really? Dude, I grew fucking weed and the fucking cement and Mr. Plums. If you scroll down to my very first short, I show you, I was sitting there just meditating all the time, throwing seeds as I was smoking, and the motherfuckers were growing right next to me. I was like, oh my God, that's how much I can manifest. Really? Go see it. Make sure once everything is back at the altar, some fresh offerings are placed at the shrine at this time. They need not be extravagant. It is only what you can afford only if you can afford a few candies at that time. Although flowers are always welcome. Really, cleanse it using smoke, incense, tobacco should be used to cleanse the altar at this time. And that's what I mean. She is the only effigy other than the Native Americans that I found that are fucking with the tobacco. Really? Mm-hmm. It's only a Native American thing. Really? I know you want me to stop smoking, but I can't inhale. I mean, you want me to smoke those fake joints? They're smoking, maybe. Anyways, for those adverse to tobacco, incense can be used. Pass the incense smoke all over your altar, and that's where it is. Have I lit this? Yeah, and you do a quick run of it. What is that? That's a Palo Santo, but it's actually super blessed. I got it from the Twin Cities. You can barely see it, but it's implanted with the moon cycles. The full moon's in the middle. You can't see it. Where's the fucking camera? Oh, watch this. I got this little thing. I keep forgetting to charge it. There, maybe now you can see it. Yeah, I got it in fucking the Twin Cities. Which one? One of them. I don't know. It was in Minnesota. I mean, yeah. Okay, let's turn the light off now. I realized I still had that the other night. I was like, damn, that would have been useful while I was over here digging in the dark arts in the middle of the night. That little light would have been useful. Yeah, that's what you do. And that's, what we do. Um, Pass the incense, da 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 da. If you're open to working with tobacco, you may blow smoke all over your statues. You can use a cigar or a cigarette or even a joint containing marijuana. And that's what I was like, dude, this has got to be me. Really? There's nothing else that does this but me. Confirmation. Holy death? I mean, seriously. All right. And that's what you would pray to Lilith for such things. You would go to Kalima for such things, for fucking revenge, for fucking just that, bro. Really? To destroy your enemy? Oh, yeah, bro. And here comes the spells. What is this? Headchai. I don't know how to pronounce this. Hey, Wolfman, I need you to pronounce this word. Really? I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks like chorizo. Hechizo? That's what it is. Hechizo. How did you come up with that? Because I lived in Mexico and chorizo. Hechizo and brujeria. Really? I can't really roll my R's unless it just comes naturally. When I think about it, it doesn't work. Nope, never. Please remember to work with the moon phases when you are working with brujeria. And that's what they said. They came up to me, they rolled up on me, and I was out there burning shit. I was like, soy una bruja. What does that mean? I'm a witch? I tell them all the fucking time. I'm where? What the fuck do you think I'm out there? Fucking Halloween every day? Maybe. All right. For all benevolent magic is vital to work with a clean altar and a cleansed soul and mind and not sold by other energies to work with focus. That's where it is. I'm trying to manifest and I don't need your stupid thoughts in my juice. Really? No. Anyways, while the incantation of this book offers important instructions and blah, blah, blah to work with Santa Muerte, successful bruja or brujo is a girl, so brujo is boy. You want to be a brujo? I'm having too much fun. Hey, I know how to cook, right? I know how to cook shit like from Mexico. Sí, senor. All right, infused it with power and their intent. Okay, yeah. What is this? Oh, yeah. Brings a personal touch to their brujeria, and so should you. They infuse it with the power of their intent and through a deep bond of Santa Muerte. They imbrue their hechizos or their spells. That's what that's called? Hechizos. Okay, I learned a new word today. With death touch. The skill cannot be taught through any book, and only you alone can learn to master this through deep devotion and falling into Santa Muerte's sacred realm. The death touch. I call it the death kiss. Just kidding. All right. I don't know. Should you learn to improvise, if an ingredient is not available to you, feel free to substitute it with what your intuition and Santa Muerte guides you to replace it with. Of course, I don't know. Really? Yeah. I guess everybody needs a guide. Who's guiding you? I don't know. Here comes the love spells again. They start with love spells. I'm just saying, you must be a fucked up ass person if you got to pray to death for love. I'm praying to God for love. I'm not. Jesus Christ Almighty. Anyways, something about you must pray at the times of 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. The witch who gave me this spell told me. This type of love binding. No, we don't do this. What is this? A spell for total fidelity. If he can't keep his dick in his pants, then just let him go. This is it. You're taking away free will. Why? You'd like him to be honorable, not because you made him. You built a bitch. A spell for sexual fidelity and never-ending lust and love. I have that all inside of me. I don't need to put the magic on you. This is so stupid. I guess people don't have it, or they lack the understanding of what it is. That's really sad. I just like the things they go to God to ask for. Here's a great one. A spell to forget a lover. Yeah, let's work with that. What do we need? Brown paper, pink or red Santa Muerte, 2 yards of twine, a clay jug, chamomile, aloe vera. What is this? Soothing balm, and some candles. Okay, no. Spells for money, spells for abundance and money, spells to secure a job, to improve your relationship with your boss. What happened with you and your boss? Spells for health, spells to remove curses, making someone What? I don't know what you're doing. None of this is protection or banishment or healing. This is all fuck your life. Vinegar spell against addictions. There you go. What do you need? Amber Santa Muerte candles. They really sell a bunch of that shit, don't they? They're expensive too. I see them in every single spiritual store. They're not cheap. Really? Mm-mm. Hexing spell. Why would you hex someone? Why are you hexing them? Can somebody explain? I don't know. Revenge, I guess. Destruction, confusion spell. Ritual to break a spell. What do you need? A personal garment, coconut, piece of paper, a black pen, black cloth, a black ribbon, rue water, one pot, I don't know, basil, sage, rosemary, water, white cloves, Santa Muerte candles, wooden matches, and a cigar. Really? Did you get that? I know, right? They said you could fucking mix it up if you needed to. Santa Muerte's birthday. Death ritual. When is her birthday? November 1st? Shut up. No way. And this is a time when Mexicans remember their dearly departed. Oh, yeah? Dia de los Muertos? Nope. Children are honored and possessed. Oh. All right. Well, on the 9th day. What about the 7th? There's no 9th day. Getting an altar ready was where we were at. And that was another page that was turned down. Do you want to make an altar to this bullshit? I guess we're just teaching about the altar. Really? I'm an altar girl. Who do you pray to? Realistically, I mean, fudge. The last video we had Brahma come in. There's so many gods amongst the gods. And I'm here to show you that, they're all a form of God as well as goddesses. But as they're doing all this, they do it in the name of Santa Muerte. So they send their name out. They send out this spell with the covering of Santa Muerte. Can Santa Muerte come against Lilith? No, it never even had a form. It's a man-made, just like the devil. Really? It's a man-made effigy. The devil isn't real. I proved that in my last video and in every video. According to scripture, I'm the fucking devil. Really? You're the devil? We're all the devil. Really? Moving on. Let's go to magical herbs. Where are we at? What did I turn to? Developing psychic abilities. Do you want to work on your psychic abilities? Maybe not. Geez, I'm going to have to teach Wolfman all this shit. Really? You don't have any of it. He's just this, not in, I don't know. He doesn't. All right, let's go into what I got. What I turned to. Magical herbs. I'm going to tell you what I'm working with, and what it will work with. What it works for. Let's see. I got all of these. Really? I got a whole bunch of shit. All right, so we used elder. This druid sacred tree was once used for both bless and curse. It is the sacred to the goddess, and the herb of the summer solstice stands under the elder tree in the summer solstice to the otherworldly beings. All right, we had that. I have all this stuff. No, only the stuff I put in there. Focus. I need some juniper. Really? Why? I don't know. I just need it. Moving on. Let's see. What did we put it together? Pomegranate was one of them. It's not even in here. No, but it's for working with it's for working with hell. It's for working with Hecate. It's for working with all of the dark goddesses. Really? I was trying to see if there was anything else in here. This one doesn't have much. This is just an encyclopedia. Really? I was going to add some yarrow, called the herb soldier wounded wart, as it was used to stop bleeding. The dried stalks are used to make I Ching sticks for divination. Burn it in divination incense. Really? Yeah, I was going to add some of that, but it didn't have any of the other stuff. I probably have it in another book. Really? Yeah. We went into some weird shit. Really? Santa Muerte is just another study of a man-made goddess. Not even a goddess. Really? And that's what, this is a perfect example that where you put your beliefs, you put your intentions. Look, here's an altar to Santa Muerte, a simplistic one. Really? Yeah, no, I'm going to put it on the thumbnail. I took a picture of theirs. Really? Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing all this. But I got to admit, when I went after this, this dude came up to me in the middle of my fucking full moon ritual. I was out there doing my own shit, Who? This fucking guy. I mean, seriously. He's always been drawn to me on some weird shit. Anyways, he comes up and he tells me, he just starts rambling off about he used to pray to Santa Muerte and he feels like she's out to get him and all this shit. And I went into a whole speech about it. And then the next day, I was guided to get this book. I was guided to go get everything to make her an offering. I got her oil and I got her incense blend, and I made an offering. And the next thing I knew, there was Bobby. Why was this a bad thing? Because it showed me that she brings to the surface your heart's deepest desires, but it also showed me she brings to you what God won't, and that's not a good thing. Really, that's all I got to say about that. She'll do what God won't for you, but there is a price to be paid, and that's why he was tapping on my shoulder, because whatever the next part, and that's what it is. In the beginning, when we read about this, you had to keep this altar fucking spotless and fed. You had to keep feeding this bitch, and that's what I told him without even knowing anything about it. Is you can't give up your devotion to a goddess unless you're giving it up for Jesus. Only through Jesus is anyone saved. Really, he is the savior. Duh. Realistically, but that was it. And I told him all of this. I don't know where that video is. It's in my YouTube videos. When I start going through all this stuff, I'll be sharing it again. But and then I saw it happen in front of me, my own self. Really? The devil will give you what God doesn't, and that's why they go to the devil. But why doesn't God give it to you? Because it's no good for you. And that's what you don't understand. So it's a form of, you know what I mean? They go to the dark because they don't want to be in the light. They don't want to do the work it takes to be in love. They want they just want people to think they'll never achieve real love by this. Same with money. They might be able to hit the jackpot, but they'll never have true success. People will never show them respect or anything like that. They'll never know what it means to make a real hard dollar, to become, you know what I mean, self-made. That's what that means. You know, they can pray for this stuff, but it will only bring them, it brings them no closer to happiness. Really? No, it doesn't tear them away from God. He just realizes that your fleshly desires were far more, you know what I mean? You'll go to any extreme. And that's what it is. You'll do anything. They'll do anything to heal their child, or, you know what I mean, be able to keep their house and their bills or their marriage or whatever it is. The very thing that God is tearing apart, they'll go and ask to be put back together. One would say it's the devil doing such things, tearing apart your life and making your children suffer addiction and all this. But that's truly God. He's put everybody through the fire, no exception, including Jesus. No exception. No exception to any soul. You must go through the fire of evolution, bro. Temptation, overcoming, wisdom, all of it. And for someone, the oldest soul that ever existed, it's a journey. You never get to a place of succession where it's done, because God is never done. You are never done. You can always learn more. You can always grow more. You could always be more. I didn't fully understand that when Kobe started working with me, but I do now. Even when we die, we don't. We've grown so much in just the death process. That means that in that death, we get a rebirth of something brand new to grow into. Some of you know you'll grow right, you'll go back into your, wherever you came from. That's the evolution of growth. It's internal. And the cool part is, as humans, we get to show that. Angels, no. We don't, anything outside of the human form, you don't get to see time on us. We don't wear time. You don't develop through time. You're developed from the time you're created. You're whole. This is a journey to wholeness, right? You're trying to find your whole self again on this journey. And but out there, no, you're whole. And all these experiences, Sex isn't even a thing. Love is for real, but there's no possession. There's no intimate love. It's all intimate. It's close love. It's not a touch love. It's an all encompassing love where you don't, you know what I mean? There's no hunger. There's no lack. There's no, it's not just heaven. It's just anything outside of the human experience, which is considered hell, if you ask me. Really, but you learn to find that here. You experience heaven here through this experience as you put together yourself. I'm just trying to help them. Really, many people have gone to all different kinds of dark effigies and entities. There's Luciferians, and that was Wolfman. It's like you say you're not a Satanist, but you're praying to Lucifer to make you almighty and powerful. In what of his lifetimes did he ever conquer that? Only by the words of man, that they run around saying he's so powerful, but he has no such power. He's powerless to the same feelings that you have, and that's what he didn't understand. He thought that man, they all did outside. They didn't know. I was one of the first to take form. They didn't understand the experience. They thought that man was all powerful because of free will. But because of free will, it made him powerless. He didn't have purpose. He didn't have understanding. He was literally, free to do whatever he pleased, but with no understanding of the consequence of anything that he ever did. And that's what we do. We gain experience. It's the fuck around and find out fest. People can tell you a million times not to do that because that's what happened to them, but that doesn't mean that'll be your experience. Really? And everybody goes through various experiences throughout life. And that's the fuck around and find out. And that's the whole thing. And that's what makes you helpless, is your ignorance to not knowing what is next and what will happen if you do this and what this meant. Prior to that, we're all knowing. We're all knowing. You come here and get complete amnesia and you don't know shit, and you've got to learn everything for yourself. You're taught from the outside, and then you take the outside out and then you reteach yourself. But that's what it is. They call it the School of Hard Knocks. Really? So going back to it, like, what is my intention? My intention is just to, for the full moon, because I know what I need to do is I need to step into that particular part of me, which is my surrender and submission to what? This dark lord. Really? But I'm doing it in the name of God. You have to catch the other video. Really? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to use the power of the dark portal to go down it. Because last time I tried, I got pulled into the light. Really? I mean, you can watch my videos. It really happened. Same thing with Mary Magdalene. Really? Yes. All I did was open up to the idea of love with Bobby, and I get shoved into these places of love, like the highest level of light. But in order for me to do that with him, I have to go back into my darkness. I need to get out of my Lilith and into my Persephone, which is surrender. Really? And it's not been going so well. So I'm going to try to put some magic on that shit and see if that'll help. Realistically, yeah, I need to go get another Sononis oil too. I was thinking about that. I gave that shit to fucking Brian and he lost it. I was trying to anoint you in the fucking God oil. You just lost it somewhere. Really? Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe he did. Who knows? I just do as God's telling me to do. And right now, I'm going to move on from here and go praise God somewhere else. So, there's something else. What do you want to talk about? I don't think it's in there. Okay, whatever. I have the botanicals, but this isn't really, I got this after the fact. I started learning a lot of my herbs and my oils from my practical magic book and from my Return to the Dark Artist. This was one of my first books. Really? It's oracles. They're huge chapters to learn. This gets into deep healing. Where did I turn to? No more shame or self-blame on page 127. A spell to go within. See what I mean? They're all over these books. You'll need sandalwood incense, a black candle, and a pen and paper. Really? That's on that page. And they're all over in here. How to meditate, how to do all kinds of stuff. Create an everyday joy journal. Express your heart. That's what you guys need. Really? Write a spell. Speak your truth. Book of your life. Really? Mm-hmm. Channeling your anger. This isn't, you know what I mean? What is it? A spell would be dried sage from your garden or an ethical business. Ethical. I don't buy sage from the witchcraft store. It even smells funny. Really? Uh-huh. I did it a couple times. I was like, no, it's weird. It's like buying sage from Walmart. It doesn't burn right. I had to when I was in Oklahoma. There was no other way to get sage. But then Mr. Plum found some along the road and he bought me a couple. Really? You'll need a candle and a cauldron or a heat-proof dish. Certain herbs for this would be releasing anger, would be bloodstone, period, smoky quartz, snowflake obsidian, or an amethyst. Really? Yeah. I'm a witch because I do all this. Only witches do this. Devil's advocate. You can ask a friend to play devil's advocate so you can explore each other's options. What are we talking about? Nuts and bolts. Where is this? Different ways to divine pendulum with purpose. Practical magic. Daisy decision making spell. Making a choice. You guys need to make some choices. Really? Mm-hmm. Following your dreams. Here you go. Spell for insightful dreams. What do you need? Natural fiber fabric. A needle and thread, dried flowers and herbs, small crystal, pearl tapioca. Ew, my daughter likes tapioca. You mean like the pudding? I don't know. Is there another way to get tapioca other than in a pudding? That's what I would get. Really? Mm-hmm. All kinds of it. And that's where I teach you that. But we were gonna look in this book and see if we can find some holy herbs. Really? Yeah. Again, what did I get? Well, I don't know what black salt is used for. I've never used it. Those were my choices. I was like, we need to put some salt in there. He's like, well, which one do you want? And they had the black salt. They had the Himalayan salt. They had all that. I was like, well, let's do the black salt. What's in this? This is definitely sweetgrass. I didn't take a whole thing about it. I didn't take the little card and look at it. It has Palo Santo, sweetgrass, and who knows? Really? I don't know. It's a fucking firework. I just buy these things and blow up the world. Really? Something like that. What did I turn to? The mandrake? I got plenty of mandrake. What is that? It's like a fucking wood. They're all wood. They're all wood. So that's why you use the sage, because this, dude, you got to start a real fire. Really? I don't know why we're going to do with the black salt. Where am I going to find something on that? It's probably in the dark arts. You never used it before? Nope. We got thorn apple. What was I looking for? Let's look in the index. See what we got here. Angel's trumpet, belladonna is actually, they use that black salt in belladonna's mixes. Let me see. Lavender, holly, ivy, moonflower, poppy. That's what we were using. 105. And we were using, no, I didn't put no rue in there. I'm going to put some yarrow. We don't need any of this other shit. Wolfsbane. Mm-mm. All right, let's go to poppy, page 105. Really? Yeah, there's little seeds on your fucking, on your bagel. They're little powerful little bastards. They say if you have the faith of a mustard seed. Well, let's talk about that little poppy seed you're popping. Popping bottles. That's what I heard. What is it? Moon, Venus, Mars, and element is water. All right, let's see here. The opium poppy has a long history of rich and magical medicine and politics, being a source of powerful class of drug known as opiates. Oh, great. You're going to take a bath in that? I'm trying to meet the devil. I think so. Anyways, another one. Being the source of the powerful class of drugs known as opiates, the root of morphine, opium, and heroin, poppy has a link to Neolithic humans in the land of Sumner and ancient Greece. And who am I? Persephone. And who is he? Hades. Used as both medicine and mystery traditions, as a wide range of different species and varieties of poppy, such as being cultivated as flower. Not all species contain opiates. Thank goodness for that. But all magical medicine virtues. Carvings of many Greek goddesses holding the poppy flowers. The mother goddess Demeter. She was my mother. Really? It's a whole story. transformed a young man she loved, Mechon, into a poppy flower. Hypnos and later Morpheus, the god of sleep and dreams, are associated with the plant. Rituals of mysteries of life, fertility, death, and resurrection are within the realm of this plant's magic. Today, they are associated with remembrance rituals of a warm time dead. And that's it, a wartime dead. And that's what I need. I don't come in with the full knowing. No, they wrote books about us and shit, but who wants to hear someone tell you about it? Really? That's why I don't go looking for, no, I'm not going to read the stories of long past because they fucked up the story. Along with sleep and death, the prophetic seeds are associated with financial gain and abundance. Poppy has been used for love potion formulas to attract and enchant and bewitch. Like other plants of small prophetic seeds, poppies can be associated with the invisibility and confusion, being particularly helpful if throwing off law enforcement seeking to capture or prosecute you. The seed do not contain the opiate laxative, but are still quite magical. All right, poppy is soothing and treats deep exhaustion and illness. Poppy helps us trust, truly rest and regenerate. Listen to our dreams and let go of a sense of agenda, accomplishment, and completion. One might argue the drug abuse takes that to an extreme. Yeah. Anyways, poppy spirit brings balance between the sense of doing and the structure and responsibility, and simply being with our rigid structures, allowing new creativity to develop. Relate divination meaning. Poppy appears as a dream phantasm and a sleep poet artist, reclining in a slumber, surrounded by the stars outside within. A twin. That's the picture. I didn't put up the picture. Never mind. Forget the picture. Really? Yeah. So we said that, and what else did we put in that bitch? Put some D's on that bitch. It's just stuff, and we put together. I'm trying to remember what else. Elderberry. I have the berries. He put the berries and the things. What else is in there? Hibiscus. Oh, and pomegranate. There's no pomegranate in here. Really? Mm-mm. What does it look like? The question is, what does it smell like? It smells delicioso. It looks like a fucking tea blend that you probably shouldn't be fucking with. Really? And that's why I don't fuck with witches. Really? See? Oh, I just dropped some. I already have a bunch of hibiscus. And I got this download. Oh my god, that's so dangerous. What do they want me to do? They want me to go while I have an empty fucking stomach, bro. 100% empty, and go over to the kava bar and have a kava. Do you know what kava is? It's a spiritual fucking drink of a root from I don't know where. But last time I did it, they sent me on this weird mission into the middle of the mountains and I cried. Really? Yeah. They want me to do that too. Seriously? Dude, you're fucking ayahuasca and got shit on my full moon ceremonies. The power of Christ compels you. Really? I mean, seriously. So I'm teaching you some witchy witchcraft, which I usually only do on a Saturday, but today's a good day to teach you some crazy shit. Really? Yeah. These, I promise you, they're all cleansed. There's nothing on them. I'm wondering if that candle's in there. We'll break all this down and we'll start it on fire. It's a big bad burning one. And what happens is you're supposed to think about, your intentions as you're watching it burn. Really? Then you take the crystal with you because it takes all the energy and you bring it back to your altar or you carry it with you. Really? Clear intentions. Yeah, something like that. I can teach you all that good stuff. Again, I have this thing down here. I call it, and that's why I brought this up. There's too much in my car. There's all kinds of shit. What's in the car? Fuck. My favorite is my shavings of Palo Santo, and that's why I don't carry sticks of it that much anymore because I can buy it in shavings at my other store. But then I've got my mirror, my Styrex, my lavender, my Santa Muerte, which I keep adding a lot of. I have my frankincense and some nutmeg, and that's for Archangel Metatron, which nobody in the world would know. Nobody works with that. Really? Yeah, those are just some of them. Oh, and I have some sweet leaf that someone gave me when they were walking by. And those are just in one. And then I have my big bag of sage. But then in the back of the car, I have all my holy sticks and plants and shit that I've collected from all over the place. Plus this huge ritual bag when I do at only super sacred sites. That stays in my car. And then I have an altar in my car, which has all kinds of crazy shit. Really? Down here, I have different bags. Like one bag has cinnamon, and it has my rosemary, and it has fuck eucalyptus and all kinds of shit like that in it. The other one is just like, I call it Professor Snape's closet. When I get home, which is soon next week, I'm going to, you know, slowly organize all my craft. I've been you know what I mean? I've been like a mobile spiritual fucking healing station across America for a very long time. I can open up an altar anywhere. I can do this anywhere. I don't have to. And that's what it is, as I've always got altars open. And that's that one in my car too. That's terrifying to people. I saw this lady looking at me today. I knew that was a cop behind me, you guys. Oh, fuck, I knew it was. What was it? It was a nice ass fucking total nice ass expedition. And my spirit was telling me, I was kind of looking at it. I was like, nah, it's cool. Don't be paranoid, bitch. Don't be paranoid, bitch. It's cool. Just don't be paranoid, bitch. And I was like, and then the motherfucker turned over like he was going to make a left turn, and he turned on his lights and he cut in front of the cars in front of us. Dude, I have total false tag, or, you know, my tags are fucked off behind me. And, I have this huge crack in my window that they seem to keep fucking with me about. Other than that, and I went out there today because I had to go completely across town. I'm like, fuck it, bitch. If I'm gonna fucking get this stupid ticket, then fuck it in the name of God. I just gotta quit running around like this. So, anyways, there was a whole ass cop behind me. He didn't even want to fuck with the bitch. Probably because he sees all that shit. Serious, bro. They see it. I'm a whole ass witch. They're like, mm-mm. When that guy pulled me over in Oklahoma, he was scared, bro. He asked me if I was gonna curse him. Nah, bro. I'm not cursing you. God bless you for not taking, you know, making this worse than it had to be. You're being a good guy. Really? I thought so. Seriously? I mean, after that long, I was really grateful that that's all that happened. All the fucking gung-ho fucking cops that could have pulled me over up until that point, it was this guy with a nice attitude, a good Bible belter from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Really? God gave me my car back, obviously. He always did that. One time they stole my car. Really? God. He does all kinds of great things. But where were you when they stole my car? I was right there on the porch, bro. It's almost like I knew something was about to happen, but I didn't. Why? I had to learn a lesson. Trust my intuition. That was the perfect example. Seriously, I wasn't even awakened by then, but my intuition told me to drive a couple. I knew it. I just knew it. My spirit told me that they didn't get far because I called the police too fast, and I jumped in my car, and so did my neighbors. They couldn't have got far. It was too fast. So my spirit, I jumped in my other car, and it took me down 2 blocks, and I swear to God, there's my car. Swear, it was locked up and everything. They took the keys and they parked it right there because the tire popped. Why? Because I had my emergency brake. My dad taught me that. Something about my brakes. He was just bitching at me. He's like, use your emergency brake. I was like, whatever. So I just started doing it. And that's what killed it. They tried to take off with the car, and it makes this terrible noise and it won't go. But they were in such a hurry because I'm right behind them, literally down the street. And what happened was it popped the tire. And so they couldn't get it but a couple blocks away. And I knew that, dude. It was crazy. Really? Yeah, it was an experience, that's for sure. That was for sure. It was my brand new car too. But I found my car, and that was trusting the intuition. It was literally just a couple blocks away. And I had, I had other tires for it. I had my snow tires, and I had a spare tire and all of that. The only thing that sucked is they had my keys, and they were only a couple blocks away. They had the keys to my house. They had the keys to my car. They had the fucking, you know what I mean? That was what freaked me out. Really? Yeah, so I had to get all that shit done. But otherwise, I was cool. Really, God takes you through some shit, bro. It's not like it's an easy ride. He wants you to face battles. He wants you to, you know what I mean, have a life, have some stories to tell at the fire. I got lots of them. My mom was famous for that too. She had stories. Ooh, she had stories. Really? We had adventures. Life is a highway. All right. Well, with that being said, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to label this. Witchcraft for beginners. I guess there's lots of books about it, and don't think that witchcraft isn't real. But I want you to understand, like, there's dark entities that can grant their little dark wishes, but that has nothing to do with God and his big plan. And don't think that they're not a part of it. If they want to ask for the very thing he's trying to protect them from, he's going to let them have it so that they can learn the lesson. But that type of shit isn't supposed to hurt you. Now, if you're a person like me that you were destined to be under, you know what I mean, under attack by witchcraft, well, that's because you may have been on the other side in your last life. You might have had to take a couple for the team. Realistically, as above, so below. It may not have caught you in your last life, but it's catching you this time. And that's where it is. It's not from here. It's from your mind. It's from your heart. Realistically, what you put out in your thoughts and in your feelings comes back to you. If you're sending hatred, whether magically, and the only thing with magic is we mix herbs. We know how to mix the elements to make it more potent. That's all. Somebody like me I don't necessarily have to do that. I can literally send my spirit. I don't have to send my spirit in an elemental form. I just send my spirit, and so shall it be. Realistically, like that. You know what I mean? But that's what they're doing. They're sending their intentions via the herbs. You know what I mean? And in the name of this entity. Really? Mm-hmm. Same as the Catholic Church that's casting out, spirits in the name of Christ. They have no such power. They have to do it in the name of Christ. Only Christ had that power. Really? Well, I can do it without Christ, but it's always nice to have him there too. You want to be part of this? You want to get in on the exorcism here, Christ? You did it so gracefully. Really? Well, maybe it doesn't go so well. What am I going to do? I'm just going to invite him in. I'm not going to cast him out. Really? Yeah, let's see how that goes. Really? I always do. I don't cast it out into oblivion. I bring it in. To what? My heart. My being. Why? Because I hold the universe inside of it. It'll go to its respective place. Call it a Ghostbuster if you want. It's a trap. It's not. It just goes back. I'm not a trap, but kind of. In the sense of you just go back to your retrospective place. Really? They're just trying to cast it out of the body. They don't care where they're casting it to. They want to cast the spirit out of the body. So then if they're successful, the spirit is loose now to embody somebody else. Really? Yeah? Where do you fucking put it? You didn't tell it where to go. You just said to get out. You didn't tell it where to go, and you don't have an authority to put it anywhere. You're just hoping by the authority of Jesus Christ you can cast it out. Now what are you going to do once it's out? And that's why most people get hurt, because as soon as it gets out of that body, it gets onto someone else within the near vicinity. It needs a host, and that's where I come in. Come on, get out of there and come here. Really? Yeah? I don't cast it out and invite it in. Leave that body and come within mine. I have far more adventures to be had. Live within me, not within them. Can it kill me? No. Whatever's inside me will kill it before it kills me. Really? Yeah. But I'm the darkness. I can do that. I'm the dark goddess. You? No. It will eat you alive from your mind. It'll eat up your thoughts. That's where all the darkness comes from, is your thoughts. And then it gives you dark feelings. Ew. Really? Hey, I can smell this herb blend in my hand. It's very herby. Really? Yeah, we're going to save that. Add some more stuff to it, anoint it, put our intentions into it, and then use that for the full moon. We always do a baptism before any ritual work and all that. I usually do my ceremonies, like my offerings and stuff like that, the day before, and then I just bathe under the moon. So that's what I'll do. I should be in my new house doing it in my own place and bringing all that energy to me. Really? Yeah, which is just turning up my attraction level to what I want. What do I want? That next level of? Really? It's in my future. I gotta call it in rather than trying to cast some spell on some douche. Really? I don't know. Do you want fake love? It's fake. You can manipulate anyone. You can be manipulating. You can be pleasing. That's all fake. Don't you want them to love you? Not because you keep making them love you. You keep doing stuff that makes them love you. Don't you just want them to love you? I don't play around with that. Really? I'm not trying to make nobody love me. I'm trying to make myself love someone else. That's about it. Is there a spell for that? Spell Love. Really? Forgiveness is what I heard from the voice of Christ. Really? Yeah, that was a good one. Well, I didn't expect it, but at least I gave you something good to think about. And magic. The full moon. Oh, hold on. Really? Yeah, I have another book of moon magic. They talk about what's happening with this moon. No, when we get closer. Really? Yeah, I'll save that for another day. We teach that type of shit on Saturdays or Friday nights. Really? Yeah, we bring the crypt teachings in the dark. We're almost there. Have you faced your shadows? Are you ready to accept a new life in the name of Jesus Christ? Someone were telling you spell work. That's what I'm going to name this. Spell work in the name of Jesus Christ. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys later for some more fun stuff. Bye-bye.